G'day everybody and welcome back to Monday. It's backhoe day. So we're still waiting on water pumps and some hoses to go with the water pump. We do have a new fan belt about there. So what I thought I'd do today is put the new fan belt under the hydraulic drive shaft, and then I'm going to have a look and see if I can put the radiator in and have that all done without the water pump, and just see if I can fit the water pump down between the radiator and the block, just to save a bit of time. I've also got to take the alternator off because I think there's a terminal broken on it, and that's probably about it for the day. That'll be enough. Back to work tomorrow, so 8 days without fun, which this still is. It does run though, so I'll slot some video of it running. The new starter motor turned up 27 hours after I ordered it, which is a new record for the delivery services around Australia. So yeah, it sounds good. I just now need to put a water pump back on it. The other thing I got, there's a little stainless steel backing plate which you can buy, which goes behind the water pump, which stops the water pumps when the bearings fail from chewing out the timing cover. So have a look at those, Queensland Tractor Spares. I'm also getting some parts from Eastman Auto. That's who this water pump and the starter motor are coming from, and also Wagga Tractor Spares. So if you're looking for old stuff for things like this in Australia, just get online, do some Google, and yeah, you'll find your parts. Just takes time, takes a bit of patience, and a fair few dollars. But seriously, if you can't find it, they'll know where you can find it. So let's go for a look and have a look at what we're going to do. So here we go. All right, new starter motor in, wires all in, live in the house, more action, all the drama. Let's see if it turns over. Okay, so I was able to go to my local parts supplier and pick up an A46. This old belt is, there we go, an A46, but as you can see, it's seen better days. So what we're going to do, if we come in here, beat the camera to death. Hang on, here we go. No, we'll go the other way. Right, so the belt has to slot in. In there. And then we've got to bolt that up. And then I'll put some grease in both these shafts. And then we'll put the radiator back in. Alright, so first thing, belt in behind. That's about as close to the action as I can get you today. Slip it over the pulley. I am going to have to slide it over the water pump first and then use the alternator to tighten it. And then it's just the 3 bolts. So clean them all up, put a little bit of grease on them, and hold them. I'll try and get these bolts in as quick as I can. First one's always the hardest, especially when you drop it, like I just did. Alright, first one is definitely always the hardest. And we may have to turn the engine over to get to the bottom one. we go, that's the first one. Second one's always easier. So I'll go through and do them up, and then we'll turn it over and we'll get the top one in. Alright, top two are done up, as tight as we can get them, and now we should be able to, in theory, there we go, turn it over using the bolts. We'll get this last one in. Much easier with the engine spinning compared to when I took them out. Hopefully this one just goes in, doesn't misbehave. Or I could just drop it again. No, you're gonna have to go diving for that. Back in a minute. Okay, so this is the third bolt, and it's the 9th time I've put it in. Or is it the 9th bolt I've put in? Might be the 9th bolt I've put in. So I went to put the third one in and couldn't get it to go in about 5 mil. And then took it out and the hole was clearly full of sponge. And then took it all apart, changed it to see if it was the bolt, and then worked out the hole was blocked. By what, I don't know, but it's now bolted in. Pretty happy. So there we go. So next trick, let's work out what we do next. So I've had a go with my fancy, very cheap grease gun, and it's got a fixed grease delivery nozzle thing, and I can't quite get the right angle because of the steering on this side and because of everything else on that side. Let's just go with reasons. So I'm gonna have to go and buy another grease gun with a flexible hose on the end, and I'll get some grease in that. Pretty comfortable I'll be able to get to those when it's all together. So next I think it's time to have a look at the radiator and see what we can do with that. And it's over here quietly resting. So I'll put the shroud back on. Zoom in a little bit. Shroud back on, run some water through it, and pretty happy with the colour of what's coming out. So we'll line her up, see if we can put it back in. Like everything else on this particular model of backhoe, nothing is easy to get to ever, but just sit this where it's got to go. That's in there, I think. Do a bit of manipulating. So I was hoping, step down off of here, to get the assembled water pump in there but I don't think we're going to be able to. Go have a look here. Get underneath. Oh, that's the problem there. Get in here. It's just an alignment issue here. Oh, careful the radiator. That bolt might not have settled right, so I'm not going to be able to get to that grease nipple, let's be serious. So we might call it there. Again, take this out again and wait for the water pump, but I guess we should see it running. It's been a couple of days, so let's have a look. Today's video's not sponsored by Nappy Sand, but if they want to they can, because you know, reasons. Alright, so this is live again. There's no fuel in this apart from the fuel filters, so here we go. Happy days. So there you have it, folks. We're back putting it together, but it's not going well. Come back next time. Hopefully we'll get the water pump in, we'll get the radiator in, and we'll be able to get it off the driveway before I get stabbed by the cook. So see you next time.